My name is Noel Willcox and I am the director of Elevation Access, a scaffolding company that is based in Hertfordshire. Many people have followed my legal battle with Transport for London over the last few years, so I wanted to provide you all with a factual update. So in October 2021, following a contested hearing, a road traffic adjudicator found that the low emission zone signs relied upon by Transport for London were not authorised and not lawful. As a result, 7 penalty charge notices issued against my company with a combined liability of £11,500 were cancelled. Importantly, the adjudicator also directed that any charges previously paid should be refunded. Despite that, my company has been engaged in litigation now with Transport for London for over 2 years in an effort to recover monies paid and losses arising from that enforcement. Throughout these proceedings, Transport for London has deployed significant legal resources in defending this claim. Much of this dispute now centres on procedural arguments rather than the underlying issues that actually remain in dispute. The central questions I have asked the court to consider are relatively straightforward. Were the signs changed after the adjudicator's 2021 decision? If they were not changed, what legal authority existed for that continued enforcement? Did the signage introduced during the August 2023 expansion comply with the relevant authorisation and the conditions attached to those authorisations? If enforcement was unlawful, what are the legal consequences for those who paid those charges and incurred losses as a result? These issues, funnily enough, have never been fully determined by a court. Instead, TfL's current position relies heavily on procedural arguments, including strikeout applications, summary judgments, and arguments relating to the actual legal process. My position remains really simple. The court should determine the substance of the dispute and actually examine the evidence. I've never been able to produce my evidence. If TfL is correct, then the evidence should support their case. If TfL is wrong, then those consequences should be addressed. Across all of my social media, many people have contacted me suggesting that the tactics being used resemble what are commonly known as tactics called SLAP, which is strategic lawsuits against public participation. I'm actually making no allegation that this is what is occurring in my case, but I would encourage people to do the research and search the term for themselves and form their own conclusions. What I can say is that this litigation has now been going on for years and has required substantial commitment of time, resources and perseverance for a small family-run business. Regardless of the outcome, I believe that this case raises important questions about accountability, fairness, access to justice, and whether ordinary businesses can realistically challenge public authorities when they believe something has gone wrong. As always, I will continue to provide factual updates as this case progresses. Thank you very much.